Masechta Bava Basra again. Masechta Bava Basra. Daf Kuf Ches Amar Aleph. We're starting from Kuf Zayin on the base, around 11 lines from the bottom of the Mishnah. Haim lechaveirei. One who says to his friend, Chatzi Soda Ani Mechelach. Half of this field I'm selling to you. And then he doesn't say which half, and he said Misham Nebeinayim. He has to give from the fat of the land as well. He has to give from the better parts as well to the lekeach.
He just can't say, I'm just giving you
he can't say he's giving him the ziburius. Okay, zok weiter. V'noitel chatzis and he takes half the field. The lekeach takes half the field, of course, half together with him in the good parts and in the bad parts equally. What's if he says chetzio? I'm selling you the half. That's in Dorim's eye. Mishamnim b'neim. Again, he has to give from the fat between them. And so we're going to talk about it. And he takes his half in the south. Right, the Mishnah brings another part. The Meicha has to accept upon himself when he gives him, he's selling him half the field, he has to give him a place to build a gate around the whole field, because now it's going to be his personal field. This half of the field he sold him, he has to give him also space to build a wall. To build a wall around it. Besides the actual field, he has to give him space to build around the field to build a wall, and also chritz. How much space? We'll talk about it soon. Chritz, a ditch, uben chritz, and a narrow ditch. For the animals shouldn't be able to jump onto the gate, so they made two ditches. They made like a buffer zone. Yeah, they shouldn't be able to make a jump over the gate. So there was one that was further out, a chritz that was 6 tvachim wide, and it was a dip. The animal couldn't just jump over. Then next there was another chritz that was 3 tvachim, and then there was a tefach in between. So between the two chritzins, so the animal shouldn't be able to stand on that little tefach and jump from the small chritz onto the wall. So he made a small tefach, he shouldn't be able to stand. So it's 3, 6 plus 1, 10 tvachim. I'm going to learn about it later at the end of the Pedic. Zok the Yemad,
why did they make so much?
Why
did they make another piece?
Above,
big hole,
so the Gemara is going to ask that, and the Gemara is going to say because the big one wasn't good enough. If it was just a big one, the animal could sit inside the chritz. Then it'll go a little bit up and to get mashpring. So that's why they had the two chritz. All kinds. Let's go. V'kamahu chritz. V'kamahu chritz. How much is the chritz? The wider one? Shisha tvachim. Uben chritz, this narrow one, shloisha, was 3 tvachim. And then the Gemara is going to say there was a tefach between the two chritzim. Zog the Gemara, Amar Rabbi Chiya bar Abba, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Chiya bar Abba said in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, Loikeach noitel kochel shabai. The Loikeach is yodeh al yoina, and when the Meicha sells, he can take the better parts of the field, and the Loikeach gets the shvacha chalokim. Oh, 1 minute. Well, so what does it mean? It means that the lekeach, what does it mean, mishamnim? We evaluate the idius part that he's taking, and he's giving him the ziburius or the kochush, the shvacher parts. Half of the idius, he's going to have to compensate him more land to make up for the quality that he gave him, that he took away from him, because the quality is stuck a small amount. The kochush to be equal to the quality or to the best quality, you would have to give him a bigger size land.
He gets more kochush, you mean?
He may get more kochush. That's exactly it.
That's what he means by mishamnim?
That's how he learns that the lekech. That's what it means by mishamnim, when the lekech takes the kochush. But mishamnim, we give him according to the value of the feta land, of the fat of the land. What are you talking about? Anan mishamnim beinehem tanam. We learned that he's getting everything. He's getting in the fields. The lekech and the meicha are dividing equally, sign the ziburius, half and half. So how could you say what we just said? Malays, Rabbi Chiya said, Rabbi Yochanan answered to Rabbi Chiya Baba, Ad achlot kafni yosef b'Bava, while you were eating your tmarim in Bava, tagimna miseifa Miriam, we were Isaac Batera, we were in Eretz Yisrael, and we were trying to figure it out. You, while you were eating your figs, your dates. You were busy. You were busy eating, and we were busy learning. So he says, the Ketani, like it's the Ketani was Sefer, that it says, we learned in the Sefer the Mishnah. that the Beicha said, Chetzia Shavadorim, Anich Meichalach. I'm selling you the half that's in Dorim Zayit. And then it says, Mishamnim B'neiim. What says Mishamnim? And he gets the fat between them. And he has to take the Chetzia Shavadorim. If the Piddush is that he's getting... Yeah, so what does it mean? The Mishamnim B'neiim? What kind of fat? Maybe in the Dorim there's only Kochush? So obviously, what was the Piddush there? What do you mean? Why are they going to? Why is he going to split with the fat of the land? That's not what he gave him. He told him that your chatzi is on Dorim. What's up to Mishamnim? So he says that what does he mean? He prefers told him you're getting in the Dorim, and Dorim could be kochush. The David is the cup that you're getting Mishamnim. What is the Mishamnim? So Elalidvei, on the back we have to say, but the Sefer is talking about that the Meicha sold him, he said, I'm giving you the Dragna of the Sada in value. The Gabi, the Mishamnim, that you were supposed to get from the quality. So I'll give you more in the Dorim. But that's what you're getting. The Dorim, but you're getting him more, but in the worth against the fat of the land. So too in the Reisha, when he said Mishamnim name, doesn't mean that he's actually dividing with him with the fat of the land, but the Edis and the Ziburis, no. The Edis the Meichel will take for himself, and he'll compensate with giving him Ziburis a bigger size. Okay, so the Gemara Kabbalah, I love the Klim God. It says he accepts, the Meichel accepts, when he's selling him a piece of land, that he's not just giving him the raw piece of land, he's going to give him a shetach to be able to protect the land, a gate with the ditches. So the Gemara Tana, we learn Charitz Mibachutz. He says, but they're both outside the wall. He has the one that's closer to the wall is the wider charitz, and the one that's further away from the wall is the narrower charitz. And he says like this. No, I just read it. It's a charitz. Yeah, the one that's further out is the charitz, the wider charitz.
Yeah, okay. The one that's 6 talking, right?
The one that's 6 tvachim is further away from the wall, and the narrow one
is right next to the wall.
Is right next to the wall. Okay, we're getting to that. Okay, but both of them were outside together. Oh, 1 minute. Did he ask a reason? In order Achai is only überspringen in the Wand. Shouldn't jump. Chayes are the ones that are damages.
The bears.
In fact, you might have levit charitz, veloy levit ben charitz. Let him just make the wider ditch. What does he need? Just a narrow ditch? Yeah, that's what you asked. And the Gemara answered, I did the Rebbe Kayama begavei v'kavtza, because since the charitz is so wide, the chaya could go inside the charitz and get closer to the wall, and then jump from inside the charitz over together. That's why you needed that charitz to be further away from the wall. The levit ben charitz, the levit charitz. Don't just make the narrow one, and don't have the wider one. Says the Gemara, I did the cutting. Since it's small, it's a smaller charitz. He'll stand on the breg. He'll stand on the edge and give a jump over the wall. So in order to do that, you had to have a double buffer zone. You had the wider charitz, and then it says Kama bein charitz leben charitz. How much was there between the wide charitz to the smaller charitz that was next to the wall? So you shouldn't be able to stand. So was it really? Doesn't say no.
So he doesn't make it deep enough. So what's the big deal? What's happening to the charitz?
It's deep enough that it's going to hurt itself if it has.
What kind of chaya? It could be a bear is a big.
He doesn't talk about over here, but he just says that the cheshbon is 10. How deep it is, a charitz. Usually, we learned before that that a charitz is the depth of it is the 3 to 10 tvachim. But I don't know how much he's going to talk about over here. He doesn't say.
So if you make a very deep charitz, then you don't even need a 6 and a 3.
It's not that deep. It's talking about you need a buffer zone. No. Okay, we're going to start the new Pedic. 1 second, let's say Hadan Allah Beis Kur. We shall return to you Pedic Beis Kur. We're going to get there again. We have to do it a second time, the shots. After the next scene. We'll see him again. Zak the Mishnah, before we start the new Perek. This Perek talks about Yerushas. And we know the Benois Yerushas. Benois Tzlavchad had their father came from Shevet Menashe, and he was supposed to be a chelik. He was supposed to get a chelik in Eretz Yisrael because not because he was from the Bnei Korach. He was because others say he wanted people should take the Melech Shabbos seriously. So he's dafka over on Shabbos, so they show him that they would kill him for being over on Melacha, so people see the severity.
How important it was.
He wanted to show how serious it is. A Mesiris Nefesh. But the Pel Mamish, she came with a taina to Moshe Rabbeinu and told Moshe Rabbeinu, what's it does? My father doesn't have a chelik. Why shouldn't he have a chelik? So gerecht. They passed him that she should have. Then that was in Pashas Pinchas. In Pashas Masei, the brothers came down. How could the Bnei Tzlachad get a chelik? If they'll marry into a different shevet, into Binyamin, so then let's say we had officially Chelik Menashe was 120 square cubit feet. Mitabel was the Bnei Tzlachad took away part and gave it to Binyamin because they married from shevet Binyamin. So he says, "Do we stay here?" So what happened at the end? He says, "Yeah, the Bnei Tzlachad, the only way that they can inherit it if they have to marry Dafka into their shevet." And that was the deal.
So the Shevet had and their part.
Their part, they didn't. It wasn't diminished because they were only allowed to marry into their shevet.
It's only when they were in
the
Midbar, right?
Shevet.
No,
Yeah.
Afterwards, when they came to Eretz Yisrael, it was a whole different story.
No. We're talking about as they divided in Eretz Yisrael. When they slached, they had to marry into Menashe. Later generations is their children inherited. Okay, now let's talk about before I start the Mishnah, so you don't get mixed up over
So
here.
what happened to Chelik from this love club?
They got it. They married into Menashe. It's given by Menashe. They couldn't marry out of the shevet. That stayed within the shevet. Yeah, because they only married in Menashe. They weren't allowed to marry out of the shevet. The Bnei Tzlachad. Anyway, when it comes to inheriting, so the way it works is if a father passes away, so the son first. If there's no son, doesn't zicher. But if it's a boy and a girl, let's say there's no boy, then it goes to the girl. Before it goes to his brother, of course we're talking about even if it's two brothers from the same father, they can inherit in each other. It has to be from the same father. But if it's two brothers from the same mother but two different fathers, they're not family. They don't inherit each other. Okay, so now let's talk about if a Ben passes away, who's the closest one? The son. The next one is the daughter. If the daughter has, she passed away and she has a son, even though the father has a brother, he doesn't get before the grandson, because the grandson is from the daughter.
But she yashined it already.
But who goes? She passed away before she could yashin. So it goes straight to the grandson. Before the father. Who comes first when it comes to if a child passes away? The father. And then it goes back to the child's brothers. Why? Because the father is the closest. So even if the father is not alive, it's like the Rebbe says the father is alive, but it's going through the father back to the brothers. Because the father's, if the son passed away and the father was alive, the father would be the inheritor. The father is the first inheritor before this boy's brother. But we say but if the father's not alive, we'll talk about that soon. But the father comes first, and then it goes through the father. When the father's not alive, it goes back to the brothers. Okay. Then you have you're going to have cases now in the Mishnah where the brother, the brothers inherit each other. Let's say the brother cannot inherit the sister. But if the brother dies, the sister can inherit the brother, and not only that, if the sister,
has no children,
if the sister has, it's from the same father, the sister has children, and the sister's not alive, the brothers, the chassan go to to the nephew. That's his sister's son.
The other sister, she was had children, right?
Yes.
And she died.
So
So
we're talking about the brother died first. So and he has no children.
The brother was the
So
first
the
Yashim,
sister-
the first Yashim?
The brother's the first one who has now. His brother has the chassim. He passes away.
Okay.
There's no father.
Okay.
There's only a sister. So officially it goes to the sister. If the sister's not alive, then it goes to the nephew.
Okay.
But what's if the brother's alive and the sister passed away?
Right.
So and the nephew also passed away. Let's say they both passed away. The brother cannot inherit a sister. Doesn't work that way.
So who gets
Because it belongs to his
Uh,
to the husband.
Because it's the not it belongs to the husband. We're going to talk about it soon. Okay, let's start the Mishnah. Yes, Neuchalin. There are cases that one inherits, umanchilin, and also could bequeath. Could bequeath means he could take and he could also give. Manchilin means if he passed away, he can give it over to the other people. Them yesh Neuchalin are those that inherit, that could inherit, but if they die, it cannot be given over.
So how is that?
We'll soon see each case. Manchilin, there are those that could give over, but they cannot inherit. Then there are people they cannot inherit, and they also cannot give over to others. Okay, these are the cases of somebody who can inherit and also give over. Ha'av es habanim. The father can inherit the children, and the children can inherit the father. V'habanim es ha'av. Ha'av es habanim. V'habanim es ha'av. The father can inherit the sons, and the sons can inherit the father.
If the children have property and they die,
The father gets it.
And
If the father had property, the son gets
The
it.
sons are still single, they have no children.
Even if they have children, the son is alive. The son gets it first.
First
He's the first age, the son.
But if the son dies, you say the property goes
No,
to the father.
then it goes to the father first.
But if the son has children, what is
Then it goes to the children first.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. We're going to talk about it soon. And then the brothers of the father, they inherit each other. They can inherit each other. If one brother dies, the other brother can inherit. Either one can inherit the other.
There's nobody else?
If there's nobody else, of course, we're talking about there's nobody else to inherit. If you want to see, he says in 5, if this child died, I'm saying in the Rashbam, if the father died while the son died while the father was alive, the father inherits it. And if the father died, then it goes to the son. When we said the father inherits the son, he's talking about when the son had 0 children. Okay? Sagt die Gemara, Ulam im yeshlam banim banis. But if he would have had children, like you asked me, so then the halacha is that they get before the father. Okay. Then we had 6. Va'abanim asa'av. The banim inherit the father. This is din. Okay, there's nothing on that one. 7, let's see. 7 is Neichlin or Machil V'achmin Ha'av. Kasha Adam Meis B'leizera V'avav Kfar Einakayim. When a person died without children and the father is not alive, then the Nachla goes to the brothers. Like you have Reuven and Yosef were the children of Yaakov, right? And then, even though they were from 2 different mothers, it doesn't matter. It's the same father, it's what counts. Makes them to be able to be a Yiddish from one another. And Dafke, if the brothers, if it's from the same father, then they can be Yiddish each other. And but brothers from the mother will not inherit each other. Okay? Now, Ha'ish es imay, Va'ish es ishtay, a son and a mother, a son and a mother.
Son, or means a husband?
Here it means Here it means Ish Shasima Ben Yodesh Shasima. A Ben can inherit his mother.
He's first.
If the husband's not alive, yes, the son inherits the mother if the father is not alive. Va'ish es ishtay. That means the husband could inherit the wife. Okay, he's the first Yodesh.
But let's say she has sons.
Ooh.
His wife has
The husband comes first. Here it says, Ha'ishes ishtei, the Baal is the first Yiddish of the wife.
That means that she doesn't. What if she has sons from a different marriage?
Okay, so it was, he didn't go into that. I don't know. I don't think I still. Right now, he's the husband. It depends if she wrote it out for the
Whose
children.
property was it?
It was her property, but when did she get the property? Is it the property in the marriage or before the marriage? You have to see.
She bought a property, so the
Oh, so
husband has
then-
a right to
So,
yard
so
share.
he has a yard. How much? Which parts? We're running into other things. Let's talk simple. Okay, so the husband inherits the wife. Ubnei achoyes, a person who died, right? And he didn't leave any children.
But he's talking about
Okay.
nephews.
Oh, 1 minute. He died and he didn't leave any children. A father and the father or the brothers, right? So the father or the brothers, the father is the. What is that?
It's outside.
Oh, so he says, so the nachla goes to the sister of the father. A guy,
Sister of the father?
yeah,
The
Adam. Again, no. A person passed away.
Yes.
He didn't leave children.
Okay.
He has a sister, so the sister inherits him.
Sister inherits the brother.
The brother, but or if the sister's not alive and she had a
There's nobody
son.
else in the family. Only
And
the
she
sister,
right. And if the sister had a son and she's not alive, so it goes to the son. But the reverse doesn't work. Okay?
What?
Again, all these cases, the son inherits the mother, but the mother cannot inherit the son. The husband inherits the wife doesn't inherit the husband. And here, when the sister, the sister inherits the brother, or the sister's son inherits the brother, but if the sister and her son passed away, the brother does not inherit
So who
the
inherits?
sister and
Who
son.
inherits?
It goes back to their
Then
father.
it goes to Bezin?
The father is first. And,
But the father's still alive.
yeah.
The father's always before her brother, no?
Well, the father died already.
The father is before brother, yes. But the
Maybe
father
it goes
died.
back if the-
So we'll have to go to the
So the sister
grandfather.
and her
I don't know
son-
how far it goes. I placed it.
So
I didn't go
it
for
goes
that.
back to the father.
It goes back to the grandfather.
It goes to the grandfather, maybe. We'll talk.
But the
Sucking
grandfather,
mother.
if the father died, the grandfather was shorter died.
Okay. So all these cases are neichlim v'loy manchilin. Again, I made it clear that the son can inherit the mother cannot inherit the son. The husband can inherit the wife, but the wife cannot inherit the husband. And the third case, the sister. We're gonna have a pasuk. The sister could inherit the brother, but the brother cannot inherit the sister or the nephew. Okay. Ha'ishes banaha. And here it's the same thing in the reverse, and the Gemara is going to ask why you're saying over all these cases again. Ha'isha es banaha, va'isha es baila, va'acheya ein, manchilin v'loy neichalin. It's the exact same thing. A woman, the children, could bequeath it to the children, but the reverse not. The mother could bequeath to the son, could give to the son, but the son cannot.
And she has no husband? Is that the problem?
But the mother cannot inherit the son. Right, she has no husband.
Husband and she has property, so the son.
It's exactly there's
Instead
the
of a
same
man,
case.
you're talking about a woman.
Woman, but it's the same neichel and loy manchilin or manchilin loy neichelin. I'm sorry. Here is the woman. The woman could bequeath, but the woman cannot be inherit the son. By each case, the same thing. Va'isha is baila. She could give her nechos to the baila, right? But she cannot inherit the baila. And the same thing is with the sister. I just said that. And what about brothers from the same mother but different fathers? They're not family. In Mishpacha Eim is not Ein Echrui Mishpacha. That's what it says.
So what are
Has to be
what are
family.
they?
Has to be family.
They're not family. It has
She
to
has
be
brothers from a different mother.
from
Right?
mother. So that's not considered as a brother.
So what are they? So what are
Only
they?
from the father's side.
There's
Whatever.
there's no halachas in the
Not here. No, not by
Other things there might be?
Yerushas. What?
Other things there might be halacha.
Maybe, but not by
say
Yerusha.
brothers?
We're talking about Yesh Nechlin. There's no din of inheritance.
So we say if they were from a different mother,
If they were from the same mother, different fathers. Till now, we spoke about that the marshal by Reuben and Yosef were Bnei Yaakov, but different mothers,
but the same father.
same father, their family. But if they were different fathers, but the same mother, they're not family.
So the father is
There's always problems when there's different.
Okay. Fact the Gemara, Ma'ishna Diktonia Av Es Habon Bereisha. Why did you learn that the father is inheriting the son? Listening in the Reisha. Listening, learn first that the sons inherit the father. Why? Chada one. This is bamish a tragedy. As a zunzol avegin in the life from the father. It's a terrible tragedy. And we see it from Yosef. Yosef, the bracha was that Yosef was Yoshis Yod Aleinecha from Yaakov, and he is the one that buried Yaakov. That's the normal way. A son buries the father, not a father buries a son. That's number one. Another part. It's a terrible thing. Yes. Yeah. This is the pasuk that they bring as the mucker. That the normal way is like by Yosef. Yosef buried the father. The father shouldn't be burying the son.
Well, you can't control whatever.
You can, but that's the normal. That's the way to the Eibush to set it up.
Otherwise, it's more
Or otherwise, it's called a parodius, a tragedy. The Eid, another problem with starting off. We shouldn't start off with tragedy. The Eid, if you look in the pasuk, you'll say ish ki yamus, a man that will die. Ubein einloi. So we're talking about the son is normally living after the father to bury him, but he doesn't have a son. So it says v'avatem is nachalas lebita. You give the Yerusha to the daughter, but it's mashma that if you would have a ben, so the benay would be the son who is being is the first Yerush. But yeah, it seems like benay slavchat. So it should be given over to the daughters. Yes. So it goes v'avartem. The end of the pasuk is v'avartem es nachalas levita, and you should give the nachla to the daughters. Vita, it's referring. Okay. So for two reasons, we see that the first thing should be the children inheriting the father, not the father inheriting the son. And the second one, it's a tragedy that a son should die while the father's alive. So the mother of Vatana, empty mother of Vatana, the Tana of Mishnah, since this whole thing that the father's yashins, the son, is from a drasha, it's not an open pasuk. So this drasha they wanted to emphasize is a big chiddush. So they wanted to say it first.
That the father
yashins the son. My drasha. What's this drasha? The Tanya we learned in the Braisa. It says at the end of Pashas Nachlis, "Unesatem es nachalas l'sheidoi hakoroiv elov." You should give the Yerusha to the kin that's closest to the person that died. Sheidoi zel av. Sheidoi is referring to the father, like we find many times in the Psukim that Sheidoi is called av, like it says Sheidoi vicha he in Vayika, or it says ki im l'sheidoi hakorav elov le'imay la'aviv. So you see, Sheda is going on the father. So the pasuk is coming to tell us that the father inherits the son. Lamed sha'av kodim la'achin. He's come to teach us that the father inherits before the brothers. Yochel, I would have thought yehi kodim la'ben. I would have thought the father's even before the son. The father inherits before the grandson. That the father should inherit before the grandson. I would have thought.
The father of the
because
father of the father.
Right, because the psukim are obviously not written kisiduran, because it says that the father comes before the brothers. And what does it say in the pasuk? She'eda is the last Yiddish. If you read She'eda HaKaravlai, that's the last one. And we know the father comes before the brothers. Right? So I would have thought, since here it's not in the order, so I would have thought even the father comes before the son. Talmud Leina HaKarev comes the extra hay of Karev and teaches us Karev Kedem. To tell us that the one that's most closest to the mace that's the son, grandson is the closest, and then goes Sheda, and then goes the brother. In fact, how do you know that the son is closer? The son of the mace is closer than the brother of the mace. Says the Gemara, maybe it's the reverse. Maybe the brother should come before the son of the mace. The brother of the mace should come before the son of the mace. So the Gemara, Meraba Aniyas Habein Shekin Kam Tachzav Liyoda. There's a din if a person buys an Amma Havriya. So with that money he bought her, he doesn't have to give her special money for Kiddushin. He can marry her.
Because it's a shivka, right?
Yes, she's an Amma Havriya. It's a Yiddish dinst. So he has to marry her. He can marry her. He doesn't have to give a separate amount of money. Once he paid the money to buy her, that's the money he can use for Kiddushin. Oh, let's say the father doesn't want, so that he can give it to his son, and the son can marry also with that same money that he bought her with. But if it's a brother, he would have to give separate money. If it's a acha, he would have to give separate money for the Kiddushin. In fact, the Gemara, Adarabah. So that's where you see a son is closer to the father because the son can do yiyut. And also Lizdei Achuzah, to redeem Lizdei Achuzah. If somebody was Makdish Lizdei Achuzah to Hagdish, right? So if another person redeems it, Lizdei Achuzah, Kumt Yevel, and Lizdei Achuzah goes back to Hagdish, and it's divided between the Kahanim. But if a son of the person who owned Lizdei Achuzah redeems it, then it goes back to the father when it comes to Yevel. So you see, the son is like the father. So the mother,
it's like equivalent that he could also redeem like the father.
Like the father, that when it comes to Yevel, it goes back to the father's issues.
After 50 years.
Yeah. In fact, the ach is closer. We know that a brother is the only one that can do yibum. If one brother had a wife and he didn't have children, he died, and she didn't have children, so the brother can marry her, not the son.
The son can because it says that he has a.
1 second. Very good. So you see, ach is closer. So how could you say ach is closer? Klum yeshim melvim mekem shein ban. The only way there can be yibum if there's no son. But mekem sheyesh ban. But in a place where there is a son, ain't yibum. There's no yibum. So how can you say ach is closer? Says you want a timer. The whole reason why you said the son is closer. Because you had this pircha, because the yibum could only take place if the son wasn't alive. But if the son is alive, there's no yibum. Says if not for this, you would have said the brother is better. How? Take for late that the son is better. Why? The katarti. His thigh takes over the yiyut. Yiyut means that he doesn't have to have separate money to marry the Amma for Kiddushin. He doesn't have to have separate money for the Kiddushin. He can use the father's money that he bought her with, and the father doesn't want to marry her. The son can right away marry her without giving up his special money. And also, it's Sdei Achuzah, right? So it's two. And here, he only has the Indian of Yibum. Says the Gemara, Sdei Achuzah Gufa Mahaitana Udakaima Leilatana. He says Sdei Achuzah itself, we had a shaila. By Sdei Achuzah, it says Leish Ache. When it says in the pasuk, if it was sold leish acher, veloy livnoi or veloy laach, we don't know which one it means. It says that it's Sdei Achuzah. If it was redeemed by ish acher, then it goes back to hektish by Yevel, and then the Kahanim split it. But only leish acher, but not which. So we said it means veloy livnoi. If the benai redeemed it, says Gemara, how do you know? Maybe it means veloy laach. The ach who redeems it, then it goes back to the original brother. How do you know which one? Says the Gemara, because the son is closer. How do you know the son is closer? Mahai time, because klum yeshibum. What makes the closeness of a brother to another brother? Because he could do yibum, but the son is closer because klum yeshibum elben makushein ban. The yibum cannot take place only if there's no son. But where there is a son and yibum, so from here's a raya that a son is closer. So once you know a son is closer, that's how you know by Sdei Achuzah that the son is the Lishacha means veloy livnoi, not veloy le'ach. That's how we know it means veloy livnoi. That if a son redeems it, it's going to go back to the father, Ibn Yevel.